I was mesmerized by what I was seeing. All my focus went into the vision I was having. I felt that my physical body remained somewhere below, and I was connected to it only by an unexplainable golden cord. Yet I looked at my hands and saw that I now had a different body which looked almost transparent, like it was made of light. "Come on, John," Aliana said. "Give me your hand. This is the place of dreams. Here, everything is possible. We can travel through time and space within all creation. This place is just as real as the world down there in the lower densities of matter. Can you feel the cord of light which connects you to your physical body? If you were to break that cord, you would die in what you call the physical world, yet you will still be here. You exist in many places at once. They are all as real as your life on Earth is. Do you remember?" "I think I do. It's huge and it's all for play," I answered with an overwhelming joyfulness. Wow, from where I am now, I feel that no matter what would happen to me in my life down there, I can always return here, where I'm forever safe. The things I would have done if I knew this. My life would have been so different. I am free to do whatever I want. The rules we have on Earth are made up, held in place only by our minds. It's all a big illusion. This is what Christopher must have meant. If only I would have felt this before. What is this place? Where am I? What am I? I looked down at my hands and I could not believe I was the same person. I looked similar, but this new body had a yellowish glow. It really was radiating light. "That is energy," Aliana explained. "You can actually see energy here. Here you exist in a parallel reality, John, a higher reality in which you travel by thought. This is the eternal realm of the infinite mind, where any pattern you can hold in your memory can come to life. I will show you. Think about your parents. You consider them dead, but they are here with us. Look." She turned around, and in a split second, two silhouettes formed from the white light. They were my parents, Bridget and Thomas Ignat, who were killed when I was 12 years old. They seemed to have been just waiting behind the curtain of light, ready to make their appearance. "John, it's so good to see you," my father said and hugged me. "We've missed you. We were sure we'd see you here before your time. We are so proud that you chose us to be your parents in this lifetime you must fulfill. It was hard for us to leave and not see you grow up into the handsome man you are now, but we thought it was the best way for us to help you. We were only serving the divine plan." I was so happy to see my parents again and felt a lot of love for them. They looked younger than I remembered, but they were definitely my parents. Also, I couldn't help but notice that energy was flowing fast between the three of us. "Know that we are always with you," my mom said. "Even though you can't see us, you can feel our energy patterns when we think of you. But you have to go with Aliana now. There are things you need to remember." "Come on, John. It's time for you to meet your real family," Aliana said to me, and my parents quickly vanished back into the light. "You must remember that in all this wondrous creation, beings are split in families and in hierarchies. They all live in unity of consciousness and equality, serving on their level to the best of their ability, the one infinite creator. John, your being extends to the highest place in this hierarchy. You are part of the family of light which was created in the eternal realm, beyond the local universe and beyond the local creation. You are one of the 12 architects who designed the template for this game of consciousness we are playing in this universe. You are responsible for constructing the template of experience on Earth, and now it's time for you to make sure that the divine plan of Earth is fulfilled." As she was talking, I could feel that everything Aliana was saying was reflecting the eternal truth. I remembered the universal hierarchy of being and the fact that I chose to come on Earth as John Ignat. I felt that I existed beyond the earthly experience, and I could perceive the infinity of creation. Oceans of energy, never-ending crystal formations, universes, galaxies, stars, planets, countless worlds, countless beings on different levels. Everything was created for souls to experience. Within this universe, my individual consciousness, my soul, had many lifetimes in the physical worlds, all connected, all happening beyond time. My consciousness expanded to the point where I could perceive myself as being the infinite mind, and I had the power to create life, the power to create worlds. I remembered that my life as John was only one instance in my eternal existence. Just like the cells in the body, I was only one entity in the body of this infinite conscious being. The universe we lived in had the shape of an immense teardrop, but was quite small compared to the whole creation of the infinite mind. However, I felt that here, within our universe, a very important experiment in consciousness was taking place. The energetic patterns souls were working with were being developed at incredible speeds, like some sort of accelerated evolution within a laboratory. Complex frequencies were being integrated into the human blueprint to create a very rich experience with a wide range of feelings and emotions. The driving force behind all creation seemed to have been the need to experience and to feel, which was possible by making energy flow fast through more and more complex patterns. In that moment, I was amazed I could understand these phenomena, and I realized that's why Christopher and Lady Marian taught me this new vocabulary, for my mind to translate the experience I was having. These unbelievable results of the experiment were possible only by creating an environment where consciousness could learn through opposites. Originally, every soul was eternal as part of the infinite mind and had the capacity to manifest and crystallize energy patterns. But this process was extremely slow. I remembered thinking the same thing. If it would take a year to create a flower in my mind, it would be quite a boring experience. To speed up this process, the infinite mind allowed the creation of a new type of self-centered beings who would put pressure on the existing eternal beings and force them to draw power from within themselves to crystallize patterns faster. We've come to call this new type of beings the shadows because they represent the opposite of light. This process of awakening to a fast crystallization could only be done when souls were under extreme stress, just like a diamond can only be obtained through extreme pressure and heat. It was as if the whole infinite mind was asleep, and it needed to invent shadows to wake itself up, but it created a nightmare. There would have been so much more for me to discover, but I felt I was being drawn by Aliana back into the white light. "So, John, do you remember who you are now?" she asked. I do. Wow, I cannot believe I've forgotten everything. Why does that happen? It's literally like I've been in the dark and only now I can see. You had the opposite experience of what existence should be, and that is because the earth is now under the control of the shadows. When we started this experiment, we couldn't have predicted what would happen, but it quickly got out of control and the shadows began to destroy the crystallization of our universe and spread like a contagious disease. "I remember," I said. "What they did is unbelievable. How did it come to this? It's worse than I could have imagined." "Yes, that's why we chose to come here and help. But we are all in danger. Everybody from the family of light who has entered into this universe is in danger of not getting out. If we trap ourselves in here, we will experience the death of the soul, which is not the death we experience between lifetimes. It's something horrific. We will lose all our memories and be forced to live through an eternity of suffering until the energy patterns of our souls will shatter and we will be forgotten by the infinite mind. That is the real hell. You must know that we are at war, a war for energy and for consciousness. The conflict between us and the shadows escalated out of proportion. There is a great battle being fought right now for the earth, a battle on two fronts. One is here in the eternal realm, and one is down there in the lower densities of matter. And I chose to come on this planet to fight against the shadows, to help shape the future in our favor, where more people can evolve and go through the ascension process and eventually leave this universe. I was remembering all this instantaneously, how I planned to be born on Earth and go through the necessary experiences that would awaken me to the reality of the state of this universe. I could see that the whole planet Earth was covered in darkness and the shadows were stealing energy from people. There were only a few bright spots that corresponded to the energy patterns of the beings of light who were trying to help in different ways. "As you can see, it's quite horrible what is happening," Aliana observed. The future holds a promise that the earth will be freed from this darkness, yet we cannot fully predict how everything will turn out in the end. From here, we perceive our existence beyond time, in the ever-changing eternal moment of now. Look around you. You are now projected in the eternal realm. This is where you must draw power from when you are back in the physical body on earth to fight the shadows. Remember, time doesn't exist. What exists is only the flow of energy which continuously changes with the complexity of experience. The same feeling of urgency which I noticed in Christopher and Lady Marian's behavior was beginning to take over me as well. Now it's clear to me what I have to do, I answered. I have to do my best to stop the shadows from controlling the future development of the world. Any event that I can influence in my present down there, with awareness beyond time, has a huge impact on the future of humanity. I see now that I am not alone, but there are very few of us. Yes, and most of them will not even remember consciously. They will help energetically only through their presence on Earth. What you set out to do in your lifetime is very brave and unique. We are all hoping for the best outcome. Thank you, I guess, but I still don't understand why can't anyone remember anything? Your new friends do, don't they? You needed their support. Everybody forgets because this is the design of the world you live in down there. You are surrounded by thought patterns that keep the whole world in the dark. This is why we called it the Dark Age on Earth. Nobody can see the light of truth, that we are all one eternal divine being. You come from one of the first and oldest families of light. As a soul, you have a specific purpose in creation because you feel a great responsibility of existence. Your legacy is your innate power to maintain a very high vibration in your energy pattern, and this makes you capable of bringing light even within the darkest environment. In this way, you are very important to us. From here, we tried our best to influence the events of your life so you can meet Lady Marian and Christopher. We all agreed to help you in this lifetime, and I am happy to see that our plan worked. Looking at Aliana's open face, I had a feeling I'd seen her before. So if I am a part of this family of light of the architects, are you part of it as well, I wondered? Yes, I am, and this is not the first time we've met. Concentrate now on other lives that you had on Earth, in the physical world, and see where this feeling takes you. She smiled and gave me a hug. Then I immediately could see myself somewhere in a desert. Look at your feet, Aliana directed me. I looked down. I was wearing sandals and a white robe. I took a few steps forward, and then when I looked around, I could see that I was in a village. People there seemed primitive, yet they knew all about energy. It felt like a very positive and harmonic environment to live in. Somehow I recognized this was a memory from my past life. Aliana was also there with me. She was my wife, my friend, my companion. I started crying. The emotions were very powerful, and I rushed to hug her. That moment felt like an eternity of bliss. Once we let go of each other, Aliana said, "Yes, John, a long time ago we had our perfect life together. Now things have changed. We can't afford that luxury." "Unbelievable. You were my wife, and now I see you here," I said with amazement. I remember that it wasn't a long life, but we felt free. It was great, wasn't it? We lived to be around 40 years old, but then we had to continue our soul's journeys into a different time. As long as we are in this universe, the shadows will never let us rest. There are things you are not allowed to remember yet, but know that you really needed that peaceful life as a vacation from fighting for the light. You were a hurt warrior who needed healing, and I was asked to take care of you. It was my absolute pleasure to help bring you back into the light with us again. Oh yes, I can remember that I was feeling lost. I didn't know where I was. I couldn't recognize anything or anyone. It felt as if I lost a part of myself, my awareness and confidence. You convinced me to come with you and take physical form in a safe haven on Earth. You helped me heal and recrystallize my energy print. Thank you. Thank you for all the love you gave me. You made me whole again. It's only because of you that I am now ready to return to the fight against the shadows. Oh, John, we are deeply connected, you and I. and we are meant to meet again in a future lifetime on Earth. I cannot say more right now, but know there is an archive which holds all the memories of our lifetimes. Depending on our immediate assignment, we are allowed to know certain things, but they only add to a small part of the existence of our whole being. For now, you have to follow the course of this lifetime as a John. Aliana continued after a short pause. I have to warn you that in a couple of weeks, you will forget all about me again, and almost everything you've remembered here with me in the light. Your focus will turn to your immediate experience in the physical world. I will become only a faded memory in your awareness, but you will still keep that feeling you have to fight for light no matter what the cost. You will be helped by other beings that have closer access to you. I will not see you for a long, long time. It was my honor to be your guide again. So long, John. I rushed to hug her, but she slowly vanished into the white light. I could feel myself descending into darkness. I kept descending until I could see my physical body lying on the recliner in the study. I could see and hear Lady M and Christopher rushing around me, trying to wake me up.